After securing an overwhelming vote of confidence from the House of Representatives, Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal has expedited homework for giving a final shape to the Council of Ministers as the ruling coalition is holding discussions to finalize the power share. In the context of the opposition-less parliament, pressure has now mounted on coalition partner CPN-UML to concede to the demands of CPN-Maoist Center as Prime Minister Dahal finds himself in a win-win situation. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Works to elect a new House Speaker on 19th of January start. Political parties start discussions on who to select as the new House Speaker. Irresponsible contractors leave development projects unattended. Regulating authorities continue to turn deaf ears even with projects stranded for 12 years. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland appoints a special counsel to investigate U.S. President Joe Biden handling of classified documents. Discovery of the documents called a political embarrassment. And Barcelona advance into the Spanish Super Cup final, brushing aside Real Betis 4-2 in a penalty shootout to clash against Real Madrid in the grand finale. The election of the Speaker of the House of Representatives is being held on 19th of January. The political parties in the parliament are now holding discussions on who to select as the new House Speaker. The election of the House Speaker should be held within 15 days from the first meeting of the House of Representatives as per the parliamentary code. The first session of the new House of Representatives was held on 9th of January, and the House session held the next day had announced that the election of the House Speaker would be held on 19th of January. The election schedule will be published on 17th of January, while there is an agenda to register the nominations on 18th of January. Any parliamentarian elected through direct or proportionate category of the election process can be a candidate for the Speaker of the House. The Speaker may be from any political party, however, should represent all the parties, be impartial, and have a clean image. Former Speakers Subhash Chandra Nemwang, Onsari Ghartimagar, Krishna Bahadur Mahara, and Agni Sapkota have all been alleged of not being impartial. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal and CPN-UML Chairperson KP Sharma Oli held discussions yesterday regarding power share and expansion of the Council of Ministers. The meeting held between Dahal and Oli at the official residence of the Prime Minister in Balwatar delved into elections of the President, Vice President, Speaker and Deputy Speaker and the expansion of the Council of Ministers. The two leaders decided to call the meeting of the parties in the ruling coalition only after reaching consensus on the share of ministerial portfolios. A meeting of the ruling coalition previously slated for yesterday was not held, citing inadequate preparations. A consensus remains to be reached in the ruling coalition regarding share of the top posts and ministerial portfolios. Newly appointed chief ministers of Lumini, Karnali and Sudur Pashchim provinces have been administered their oath of office and secrecy. Lumini Chief Minister Leela Giri was administered the oath at the contact office of the province governor in Deokhuri-Dang by Province Governor Amik Sherchan. Giri has appointed CPN-UML's Chetnaran Acharya and CPN-Maoist Center's Krishna Kesi as ministers without portfolios. Giri assumed his office yesterday, and the first meeting of the Province Council of Ministers decided to reduce the number of ministries. In Karnali, Chief Minister Rajkumar Sharma and 3 ministers were administered their oath by Province Governor Tilak Pariyar. Mangal Shahi of CPN-Maoist Center and Binod Shah of CPN-UML were appointed ministers without portfolios. In Sudur Pashchim, Chief Minister Rajendra Singh Raol was administered the oath by Province Governor Devraj Joshi. Raol has appointed CPN-Maoist Center's Khagaraj Bhatta and CPN-UML's Santosh Sharma Thapa as ministers. Meanwhile, unanimously elected Province 1 Governor Baburam Gautam has also been administered his oath by Province Governor Parshuram Khapung. Elsewhere, no candidate was able to generate a majority vote in the election for Speaker in Sudur Pashchim Province. A re-election is slated for today. In the Provincial Assembly with 53 members, ruling coalition's candidate Bhim Bhandari received 26 votes, while another candidate, Man Bahadur Rawal, received 23 votes. A total of 27 votes is required to be elected Speaker in the province. In Bagmati Province, 3 members have filed their candidacies for Speaker of the Assembly. Member of the Provincial Assembly from Nepal Workers and Peasants Party, Srijana Soiju, Shivaraj Adhikari of Nepali Congress, and Bhuvan Pathak of Rashtriya Prajatantra Party from the ruling coalition filed their candidacies yesterday. The residents of Sankhwa Sabha and Bhojpur have been compelled to make risky journeys as the concrete bridge connecting the two districts that was said to be constructed within 5 years has not completed, even in a period of 12 years. The completion of the bridge is still uncertain. The Ministry of Infrastructure, that provides assurances of constructing mono and metro trains in the cities, meanwhile has no answer to the current scenario in Sankhwa Sabha and Bhojpur. The project of constructing the bridge was introduced by former Administrator Shankar Prasad Koirala, who had witnessed the plight of the residents of the two districts. The project was initially expected to be completed within 5 years. However, it has been 12 years with no signs of the project being completed. The government has terminated the contract after the contractor company did not complete the project despite the extension of the deadline on several occasions. The project has now been stranded with only 30% completion of the construction of the bridge. The local residents attribute the failure in completing the project to the negligence of contractor company and the indifference of the road division. The deadline to complete the project was extended until 28th of December 2020. The road division has said that the contract has been terminated after the contractor company's failure to complete the project in 12 years. The project, which was initiated at a budget of 147.511 million rupees, has exceeded by 40 million rupees. The local residents have been crossing the Arun River by using wooden boats. The residents have been waiting for the project to complete and travel safely. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces regarding their view on the trend of receiving contracts of development projects such as construction of roads and bridges, among others, but failing to complete them within the deadline. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
घरिघरि म्याद थप गर्नुभन्दा अनुगमनमा चाहिने नियमित अनुगमन गरिरहने
कुनै किसिमको अवरोध नगरी कानुनी प्रक्रिया अगाडि बढाउन दिनुपर्छ।
नागरिक दबावको पनि आवश्यकता छ।
बेलामा पैसा ठेकेदारलाई सरकारले दिने
उनीहरुको चाहिँ लाइसेन्स रद्द गर्नेदेखि लिएर हरेक कुराको चाहिँ अब कारबाहीहरु गर्न हैन पर्यो।
स्थलगत ठाउँमा गएर अनुगमन गर्नु पर्यो।
जबसम्म नेताहरु ठेकदार हुन्छन् तबसम्म यस्तो समस्या देखिरहन्छ।
Pushpa Kamal Dahal, who began his third term as the Prime Minister on 26th of December, directed for easing public service delivery from the first meeting of the Council of Ministers. Service delivery has also been prioritized in the 30-point directive issued to the secretaries by Prime Minister Dahal and the government's Common Minimum Program. Based on these arrangements, the District Administration Office Kathmandu has begun time card service. Despite the implementation of time card to ease service delivery by eliminating irregularities, the public have not felt any respite. The time card was implemented to avoid unnecessary crowds and the requirement to reach government offices on a daily basis to get work done. However, officials and service seekers do not seem to be aware about the time card system and its proper implementation. 13 years have gone by since kidney transplant had begun in Nepal. More than 2,100 patients have transplanted their kidneys in the country so far. Despite the need for around 3,000 transplants on a yearly basis, many patients have been denied transplants because of complications in service delivery. Ease in health services is a fundamental right of Nepali nationals. However, patients with kidney-related ailments are compelled to bear several challenges in receiving treatment. Kidney transplant service, which was first started by the TU Teaching Hospital 13 years ago, has now been expanded to Bir Hospital and Shahid Dharmabhakta National Transplant Center. Shahid Dharmabhakta National Transplant Center has transplanted kidneys of 1,000 patients so far. The service has been recently introduced in Western Regional Hospital in Pokhara, while a few private hospitals also provide transplant facility. However, with around 3,000 transplants required on an annual basis, only 2,100 patients have had their kidneys transplanted in the past 13 years. In the absence of easy service delivery, patients are not just facing complications in transplants, but also in dialysis. There are no alternatives to transplant or regular dialysis in cases of kidney failure. Doctors recommend transplant over dialysis. Despite transplant being a free service, access to the facility is complicated because of inadequate human resources and medical infrastructures. The government has been assuring of expanding kidney transplant service to all 7 provinces. However, patients continue to face several grunts as such assurances remain to be implemented. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What should be done to reduce the wait period for kidney transplant? Your options are A, expand service to all provinces, B, ease service delivery, and C, ease legal complications. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The Patan High Court ordered the release of suspended cricketer Sandeep Lamichhane on bail yesterday. Lamichhane is accused of raping a minor. Responding to a review petition filed by Lamichhane, a joint bench of judges Dhruvaraj Nanda and Ramesh Dahal ordered Lamichhane's release on a bail bond of 2 million rupees with conditions, according to Thagindra Katel, registrar at the Patan High Court. Lamichhane's lawyer, Murari Sapkota, said the High Court has barred the suspended cricketer from traveling abroad. The Kathmandu District Court on 4th of November had passed the order to send Lamichhane to the Sundara-based Central Jail after a detention hearing. Lamichhane had moved the High Court challenging the order. The Kathmandu District Attorney's Office has filed a case against Lamichhane, accusing him of raping a 17-year-old girl on 21st of August last year. He has been charged under Section 219 of the Criminal Code 2017. The minor had filed a case against the 22-year-old cricketer on 6th of September at the Metropolitan Police Circle, Gaushala. On 1st of October, Lamichhane announced that he would return to Nepal on 6th of October to face legal charges. Soon after he landed at the airport, he was arrested by officials at the Department of Immigration and police personnel in plain clothes. It's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
8-time Martyrs Memorial A-Division League champions Manang Marsyangdi Club are considered the most successful club in domestic football. Nepali football legends late Manisha, Birajang Rayamaji, Azhar Adhikari, Bal Gopal Maharjan, Upendra Man Singh, Anjit Basnet and Keshang Lama, among others, played for Manang. However, Manang Marsyangdi Club is now facing crisis as it has failed to retain star players in recent times and has not been able to produce new players either. Star midfielder Anjan Bista, who captained Manang Marsyangdi Club in the previous edition of the A-Division League, announced of quitting the club with a long social media post. Despite being his dream club, Anjan said that a few individuals had prioritized their interests over the prestige of the club. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.